Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show. I am your host today, much improved. I'm JL, joined as by my very illustrious co-hosts, Josh Walter Fuster, aka Seabreeze McLightning. How you doing, Josh?
Wow. So a lot of things there. You called me your very illustrious co-host, and then you called me Joshua Walter Fuster, which isn't my middle name, but I know you love calling me that. That does make me sound more illustrious.
It flows well.
It really does.
And then what you said, you followed it up with
Seabreeze.
Seabreeze?
Seabreeze McLightning. Yes, that
okay.
Is, yeah. I thought that we agreed that's your new nickname. No.
Okay. No.
No.
Yeah. No. I like it. Let's roll with it.
Let's cool. Seabreeze McLightning, the most illustrious co-host here, and we are also joined by a very special guest. He's a contributor at 32-Bit. Our good friend. What is up, Fantasy Sven?
What's going on? I'm happy to be back. I know it's been a little bit, but it was an absolute pleasure, I got to say, to meet you guys in person last year.
It was.
I think we had an absolute blast in Ohio. I'm definitely going to see you guys again in Ohio, I imagine, right? This year?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was a good time spent. I'm not going to lie. We were hanging out a lot.
I loved it. Every time I turn around, I'm like, there's the front yard guys. Like, it was awesome. It was great.
You're such a friendly dude, Sven. It's easy to just have a fun conversation.
Thank you.
We got people in the chat. Scott Fish saying, based on the thumbnail, is Josh calling Christian McCaffrey a Dynasty buy low or a Super Bowl snack?
Yes.
Josh, care to
answer
elaborate?
Is yes.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Jay
on him all day.
Jay knew it. Jay answered for you. He said,
I swear, I didn't even see that.
Yep. And Front Yard Fantasy in here saying, right on time. How about that? Just saying. Look at that.
Simon's normally the one that starts the intro music. He does all the hosting stuff, and he's not here today. So yeah, use your power deduction, Sherlocks. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Dame in here saying hello. Dame, welcome in again, my friend. Scott Fish said, seriously, I opened it at 2:02, thinking the normal 2:03 start time. Well, you're late.
We just
Scott.
told you. It's obviously always Simon that makes us late.
Clearly,
obviously.
And Albert saying, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Albert. Welcome in, Albert. It's good to see you, my friend.
See you too.
And Scott was saying, hey, I met that guy. So you talk about this, man.
Yeah, yep.
I've also met that guy.
He was the first, and he wrote it, Scott, in the chat. If you scroll like two comments down, he was literally the first guy I think that I saw in Ohio. He just came, and I was like, that's Scott Fish. I didn't
see anyone on the road. It's like empty roads on the way there.
I'm like, nope, he's the first guy. This is it.
No hotel employees.
Right.
Ooh.
And
sorry, I'm just seeing a really good question by Mr. Scampers in the chat there.
Mr. Scampers asking, what word is more illustrious, glorious or illustrious? I got to go with
I'm looking
illustrious.
Up the definition of illustrious real fast. It's
well
known.
Which one is more illustrious?
Respected and admired for past achievements. Okay. Well known, respected, and admired for past achievements. So
not the present. Everything you did before. It doesn't matter.
So I feel like glorious is more like in the present, and illustrious is for what you're known for doing.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna go with illustrious.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with illustrious too.
If you look at what word is more illustrious? He's using one of the words to describe.
Now I will say this: if you ask me which word is more glorious or illustrious, I'm gonna go with glorious on that one.
Right? That's how you.
I'm just gonna let you guys know.
All right, what word is more illustrious? Is it distinguished or glorious?
Oh, it's got to be distinguished.
Huh? Yeah,
I like distinguished too, actually.
Distinguished.
Yeah, that's a goodie.
How about renowned or distinguished?
Oh definitely distinguished. Get out of here, renowned.
I don't know.
Renowned is like the 21st century. Renowned's the TikTok of illustriousness.
Fair enough.
It's a new man's game.
Yeah,
young man's
you're
game.
right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'll give you that.
All right. Today we're playing some brackets. I believe we got Dynasty Buy Lows.
Yeah.
Dynasty Buy Low candidates and Super Bowl snacks.
I'm
So
excited to get in them.
Yeah, me too. Before I pass it off to Josh to host this game, friendly reminder, if you're enjoying this show, the easiest way to support us, hit that like button, subscribe to Front Yard Fantasy. If you haven't already, we're here every single weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We are always here. We never leave. We're one of us or two of us is always here. Clearly.
Whether you like it or not, we're here. We're in your ear, and
we're in your ear, and
ready to party.
Ready to party. Damn straight. And if you have not already, make sure you go follow Fantasy Sven at Fantasy Sven. He's a great follow, a fantastic human being. You guys ready to play?
Oh, I'm ready to get in there.
Let's do it.
Like you said, we're starting out with our Dynasty Buy Lows. And JL, can you throw that up there? I think because you've removed it. I can't put it back up.
Yeah, I got you.
It's kind of smart that StreamYard does that, I guess. It's like so we're not constantly fighting with each other. Remove, put back.
Maybe. You can't change the layout? It doesn't let you change.
So it lets me change the layout. The thing is,
that's all I changed.
If you remove something, it doesn't allow me to put it back on the screen. It's very strange.
Okay.
It just says remove more. Maybe if I hit remove again, it will.
If you go change the layout at the top between the two, I think you'll see it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So
we'll figure this out.
Our bracket of 8 guys that we consider Dynasty Buy Lows. Well, actually, it's technically Simon and Jay. They put together this list.
Yeah,
we're really just working with it. So
we had nothing to do with it.
We had no input.
Exactly. So if you want to yell at someone, go find Simon, go find Jay, yell at them. They put this list together.
Yes.
But I think it's a pretty good list of Dynasty.
It's a decent list. Exactly. Yeah. These are guys that are literally you see on Twitter right now, and they're like, what the hell do you do with them?
Yeah.
And it's tough. It is a little tough.
I think we're having some polarizing opinion.
Polar bear appearances could happen on the show. You don't know.
All these guys I do think are pretty polarized.
They could be pretty
regardless
polar
of
bears, yeah.
If they're buy lows or not.
Yeah.
We'll find out, right?
I'm with you. I'm with you, Josh.
So, like I said, we're going to get in there. Sven, we're going to start with you. And our first matchup is actually Terry McLaurin and Calvin Ridley. A lot of stuff going on with both of these guys. Calvin Ridley, as we all know, he kind of just said he needed some time off from football. So he took some time off last year. Even before that, though, I don't think we could take a lot from this past season. Let's just say that with Calvin Ridley. Now with Terry McLaurin, he had some up and downs throughout the season, but again, we just haven't seen him break into the top 20 receivers scoring wise in a PPR league. So it's, we know he has the talent. His quarterback situation, his situation around him has always kind of been the biggest problem there. So Sven, my question for you is Terry McLaurin versus Calvin Ridley. Who do you think is a better buy low right now at this point? And I do have their ADPs pulled up. If you want them, you can go ahead. I'll let you know their ADPs.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at Fantasy Pros and I'm seeing their Dynasty. I don't know if it is technically this year. It says it's updated like on February 3rd. Like it's literally updated today, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And McLaurin is a little bit higher than Ridley, actually, I believe, according to this, right? McLaurin, I think, is the wide receiver 15, and Calvin Ridley is the wide receiver 18.
So I am looking at Dynasty League football right now, and Terry McLaurin is the wide receiver 17. Okay. The wide receiver 17, and Calvin Ridley would be the wide receiver 20. So there's a pretty decent separation right there. It's Calvin Ridley's coming off the board 41st overall, while Terry McLaurin's 34th overall. So pretty much the same round you can think of it as.
Pretty much,
there is some separation there.
So I based on last season alone, Terry McLaurin is clearly he's the guy, right? Antonio Gibson is obviously another integral part of that Washington Commanders team. But
how do you like the name real fast, man? Yes, a thumbs up or thumbs down, or just right in the middle?
I'll go like that.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's fair.
Right? I don't know. I feel like we gotta hear it roll off the tongue. You know what I mean? We gotta say it like at a party or at a bar. Like, hey, did you guys see that Washington Commander?
I don't think it's ever going to be great.
I don't know.
I think I'm like here. I'm like
now.
my thumb isn't going down completely, but it's like trending downwards.
Same with baseball. Like I'm really into like fantasy baseball and like the Cleveland Guardians.
I
don't know. It's just gonna be weird. But buy low, I think that Ridley right now is going to be a buyer low candidate because of last season, and I think maybe some owners are like, Well, I don't know. Like he took off for mental, which is fantastic. I mean, you got to self-care is obviously number one thing, right? You can't help anyone else if you can't help yourself, right? That's also
Absolutely.
in life and work and everything. So I commend him for doing that. As far as a dynasty, I think I'd have to go Ridley actually for a buy low because we don't know what's going to happen, right? Terry McLaurin, it's not that we don't know, but like it seems like they want to use Heineke. Maybe. I mean, is Fitzpatrick going to be back next year? Like who knows? I like Heineke actually as a quarterback. I don't mind him throwing to Terry McLaurin, but if I'm going buy low, I got to go with the number 8. I got to go with the bottom of the barrel of this bracket, I guess, because I think he's the lowest C, right?
Yes.
I got to go Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, and so we got one vote for Calvin Ridley over Terry McLaurin as a better buy low candidate in Dynasty. And, Sven, like, I completely agree with what you said there. Good for him.
They're both young, too. They're both insanely young.
Illness, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. They're both 25, 26 years old about. And good for him. I'm not going to knock him for doing that. However, I still got to project a little bit and be a little bit concerned about what his future looks like. I mean, we're playing Dynasty here. We're trying to win our Dynasty leagues when it comes down to it. As long as Calvin Ridley's back out there, he's a fantastic buy low, but that's the big problem here. We don't know. Last year, according to Dynasty League Football's ADP, Calvin Ridley was the wide receiver 8 off the board. He was 17 overall. Wow. So it's obviously been a pretty big drop for him. And Terry McLaurin was 32nd overall, wide receiver 11. For me, I think the better buy low is probably Calvin Ridley because, again, if he does come back and he ends up playing, he's going to skyrocket up these rankings. But there's risk involved, obviously. Terry McLaurin, I think he's valued relatively appropriately, in my opinion. So I'm going to vote Calvin Ridley as well as the better buy low.
Yeah, I'm right there in line with you guys. I think the title of the bracket says it all. Which one is a better dynasty buy low? And I think that is Calvin Ridley. At first, I was thinking I was going to go McLaurin because if you ask me who would I rather have right now, it's probably McLaurin. But that's not the bracket. The bracket is which one is a better buy low. And if I'm having to choose between these two guys, I think there's more value to be had with Calvin Ridley currently.
Ridley could be the number. He was what? The number 2 wide receiver or 3 wide receiver like 2 seasons ago? Like, we know what he can do. And like you said, Terry McLaurin, like he's consistent, right? We kind of know like you're going to be in that 15 to 20 or whatever. Yeah. Like, so Calvin Ridley's like his ceiling is like, oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. So Calvin Ridley's going to wrap up that first round. We got our first player moving on to the second round of best dynasty buy low candidates.
An upset too, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Scott Coe saying, I don't think Ridley stays in Atlanta. He may get traded. What do you guys think about that?
It doesn't bother me at all. I don't think it lowers his value necessarily. I don't know if Matt Ryan himself is long for Atlanta. I expect him to be there next year, but we all know he had a pretty down season himself. So if he goes somewhere, it's really not going to bother me that much because I know he's talented.
But if they get rid of him, Atlanta, who do they have? They need to keep him. Right? Or unless they're going to try to get like a major haul from him. But then again, our team's going to look at this and go, well, what about this season? Like, what if he decides to take off again? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Atlanta, like, yeah, they had Kyle Pitts, but let's be real. They struggled. Like,
yeah.
So I think
Russell Gage is not a wide receiver 1.
No.
Damon here saying, I have Terry McLaurin, and I'm not looking to move him even for a fair offer. I still hard him and expect big things. Ridley is a legit buy low. I feel the exact same way, Damon. That is exactly how I feel. It up. Yeah, and I really do like Terry McLaurin going into this year. It feels like he's a buy low, which says something, even if he's not as much of a buy low.
And listen, all these guys are buy lows in some way, shape or form, right?
Yeah,
that's why they're here. So Terry McLaurin, I think he's more of a hold than a buy low, in my opinion.
Yes,
I would not be selling him for his current value, but I don't know if I'm like paying up to try to get him, but we're buying low. So if you can get him cheap, why not?
What up, Pang?
Pangs in here, Davis and Daddy Sven.
What's up, man?
And Scott asking, hey guys, I haven't heard you talk about Brady's retirement. Can you give your thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't really talked much about it. Josh, how you feeling about Brady's retirements?
I think it hurts Mike Evans' stock the most, in my opinion. I'm not burying him in my rankings. Oh, Gronk is dead in the water. He's not like, especially in a dynasty context.
We're just waiting for his retirement now.
Yeah,
exactly. I kind of expect that. Do you actually expect that, Sven?
I think so.
Retire?
I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
too.
If he wants to stay, great. Like, he still looked pretty decent last year, right? Like, we know that he's always had injury problems throughout his entire career, but like, he's made his money. Like, what does he else to prove, right? He won Super Bowls. He doesn't have anything to prove. I just think it's, again, I'm not in the NFL. I'm not a professional athlete. Like, I know what it's like to play the game and to step away. Like, it's just, but this is different. So it could be tougher. I don't know. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed or retired.
Yeah. But a great career for Tom Brady.
Awesome career. All the respect in the world goes to Tom Brady.
Yes. Mr. Scamper's asking which word is more fabulous, renowned, or equanimous St. Brown. Oh, one of those.
More fabulous? Definitely equanimous.
Yep.
Equanimous.
Yes. No doubt about it.
All right, you want to get into the next matchup here?
Let's get into the next matchup, and we have Christian McCaffrey versus Juju Smith-Schuster. And like, a lot of people out there might be like, "Oh, Christian McCaffrey isn't really a buy low, is he?" Well, he was the #1 overall draft pick according to Dynasty League Football at this point last year. So he was the #1 overall draft pick in Dynasty Leagues, and right now you can find him at I've seen him maybe even getting close to the first pick of the third round. So he could be falling to the third round in some leagues. So I would say, he might be a buy low. And then Juju Smith-Schuster obviously dealt with the injury, but he's going to come back. He's a free agent. We'll see if he re-signs with the Steelers or not, but I do expect him to get some money in free agency, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to be starting off with this one here. Who do I think is the better buy low? To be honest with you, for me, it's Christian McCaffrey. I think there's a world where Juju Smith-Schuster does re-sign with the Steelers after this injury, and if that's the case,
and Rudolph thrown to him.
Yeah, if that's the case, I think he's still the third wide receiver I will want in a dynasty league if he re-signs with the Steelers is on the Steelers. I'd prefer to have Deontay Johnson. I'd prefer to have Chase Claypool by a little bit. Juju Smith-Schuster, he's a really good talent, but he's a slot receiver when it comes down to it. So he's got to find the right situation, the perfect situation for him. So for me, if you can buy low on Christian McCaffrey, you can get him for late second round value in a startup draft. I'm all about that.
Yeah, this one is tough. By the way, Calvin Ridley won that last poll by 80% to 20 to Terry McLaurin's 20% from the chat.
Oh, all right.
This one is tough. Jason here saying this one's on here for me. Yeah, I like both of these guys. Christian McCaffrey, I think, is a great value. I think if you're just measuring in terms of like value distance, Juju Smith-Schuster probably is going to give you more of a vertical movement upwards in terms of like buy low, like what his gap is. It's probably much bigger, but I think that because Christian McCaffrey is a first round talent, getting him in a second or third round is huge. And that gap is, the distance, even though it's shorter, is worth a lot. And so I'm going to go CMC in this case as well. But I think both these guys have they have value written all over them.
What do you think, Stan?
So is this, or I guess I probably should have asked this from the beginning. Like, are we doing like Dynasty Startup buy low or like just Dynasty in general, right? Because
however you want to really take it, really Dynasty in general. But if like using a startup draft example helps you make your point, then I don't see it. So
I would say Juju by a mile based on the buy low, because you could probably get him. And I think JL said this, like, you could get him for a very good value. Like if somebody offered like a third round rookie draft, like,
I'm taking that all day.
Exactly. Like Juju, you could get for such great value and you don't have to give up much. You know what I mean? Like McCaffrey, there's going to be owners out there that are still going to want 3 first-round picks and, DeAndre Swift, or like, I feel like, for the fact that, I mean, I'm not, unless I pick McCaffrey, like he's advancing anyway, right? So it's 2-1. So but just based on like, I would go Juju because of the buy low. Like that's my
totally
thought
fair
process, right?
Totally
like,
fair. Yeah.
McCaffrey, of course, like are you kidding me? When he plays, he's like the number one, like running back, like, but Juju right now, based on, we don't know where he's going. And if honestly, the worst thing for fantasy probably could be that he's going to re-sign with the Steelers, actually. And I think he's needs to go
so
elsewhere.
out of sight, out of mind for so long that I feel like it's definitely just screwed with people's like valuation.
And Mason Rudolph is not like maybe he's the answer. Who knows?
No.
Now that he's actually going to get the reins, he's not.
He's
awful.
Right? Exactly. So like,
this is not a Mason Rudolph sympathist.
And I saw that somebody Scampers. I mean, is Mike Williams going to get re-signed with the Chargers? Like, what if Juju goes to the Chargers, like him and Keenan Allen, like with Justin Herbert?
Woo.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that would be interesting. Yeah.
Be
I think they are like kind of similar wide receivers in a lot of way where Juju's, I mean, Keenan Allen's more versatile.
Of course. But like,
I'm not saying that's a bad situation. That's way above
Juju and Mike Williams are way different types of wide receivers.
Yes,
too,
of course. Absolutely. But like, I'm going based on like the buy low. I'm going Juju because I don't think McCaffrey's value is low enough. If he gets hurt again this year,
he's screwed.
Then his value, I think, is just he's done. Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably down with if he gets hurt again and misses the majority of the year, he's buried in rankings.
Yep, exactly. So that's my
we got a 50-50 split from the chat here.
See, it's tough. It really is.
Yeah,
it's
a close one.
Is. Yeah.
So let's move on to the next one. I want to make sure we get this and have enough time to talk about Super Bowl snacks. Let's see what we got. We have Saquon Barkley and Trevor Lawrence. Let's take this in a Superflex context. Okay. I think that makes a lot of sense here because in a one quarterback dynasty league,
it doesn't matter.
I'm not
exactly
really got on my way to try.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to get Trevor Lawrence. So JL,
we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, you maybe. I'll give something really cheap for him, but I'm not. But.
So I am a known sympathizer with both of these guys, both Saquon and Trevor Lawrence. I am in love with. So I'm going to put my bias aside here. Trevor Lawrence in Superflex formats, I don't feel like he's really been that much of a discount. I think a lot of people, even though like a lot of people are vocal about complaining about Trevor Lawrence and saying like, oh no, he's a bust and all that, I don't think I've seen that really reflected in the community's rankings or polls. And so I don't know that he is. I think he's a buy low, but not as much as like people are out on Saquon. They're like no longer want him. He's like in a super flex draft, you might be getting him in like the 3rd, 4th round even. I think Saquon wins this one.
Saquon, take a jails pick. What do you think, Sven?
Right? Like I guess the question is like, would you rather have somebody maybe like a Davis Mills over Trevor Lawrence, right? I know that sounds crazy, but
that is crazy.
Right? Like, but Davis Mills actually looked
real fast,
guys.
And
like he's
in a Superflex league. Trevor Lawrence is the 13th overall draft pick right now.
What?
Wow.
Dynasty League football.
I mean, I get it.
For January.
He was the number 1 pick. Like we still don't know. It was a very terrible situation in Jacksonville. This is a brand new season. Let's see. Etienne's coming back. Who are they going to? DJ Shark. Like it's just there's a lot of moving pieces that could help Trevor Lawrence. But. I guess I have to go Saquon. And reason is because I'm looking at his numbers from last year. One, he didn't get really hurt, right? He didn't get re-hurt. So that's good. Another year, he's recovering from his injury, from his awful injury. I think, and JL, you said it, I think that like people don't want Saquon right now. So shit, you know what? If I have to give up a 2nd round rookie pick and maybe a player, like that's not really like.
Oh, I was gonna say if you're giving out just a 2nd round rookie, I would take that all day.
Yeah,
I mean, I've never actually like even attempted to like offer anything for him, so I don't know what the value potentially could be. But like, I would rather go for him. Like he's clearly the main guy, right? And I think the Giants with the new head coach, like they're gonna try to use him, but he wasn't getting as many touches as he has in the past. But I think at buy low. I'm definitely going for him instead of Trevor Lawrence.
That messed up ankle, man. It screwed everything.
It really did. Everything.
Yeah.
So both of these guys coming out, a lot of people were saying they're generational talents. I think Saquon Barkley showed it on the football field in the past, and he hasn't showed it lately. But Saquon Barkley being drafted 36 overall compared to Trevor Lawrence 13th overall, and just a great point. A healthy Saquon in a possible new system might find his old self. I got to go Saquon here all day. I agree.
Yep.
All right, Sven, we're back around the turn to you. Clyde Edwards-Helaire versus DJ Moore. What do you think? That's a tough one.
It really is, actually, because DJ Moore, who the hell's going to throw him the ball, right? Like,
That's the biggest question.
That's the biggest thing.
His entire career, I would say.
But the thing is, though, is he actually had a solid year. He finished, 15 or 14, 2 years ago with Kyle Allen.
Seems to always do that.
He had a good season. So, and CEH.
Just real fast. DJ Moore, 29th overall, the 14th highest wide receiver, and I'm assuming Clyde Elaire, 62nd overall.
That backfield is just... Somebody gets hurt, then 3 more guys are taking over. Who would have thought Jerick McKinnon actually had a decent playoff so far? At least that one game. I don't know. Maybe DJ Moore, because didn't he just resign, right? Didn't he get a new contract or something like that?
I think he did, if I remember correctly.
So if he's still, hold on, let me check this really quick. I don't want to push this one too much longer.
No, it's all good.
Because I want to get into some Super Bowl snacks.
Yeah,
you guys are. But if he's all right, so he's going to be a free agent after this year, DJ Moore. So based on that alone, I'm going DJ Moore because unless Carolina finds a quarterback, I mean, shit, I wouldn't stay in Carolina if I was him.
So DJ Moore has all the talent in the world. It's really the situation sucks. And I love drafting or going after talent over situation in Dynasty. Having said that, I don't feel like DJ Moore is really a value right now, being the 14th overall wide receiver, being next to Chris Godwin and Stephon Diggs. That's who he's sandwiched in between. So I don't think, when it comes down to it, if people are asking for that value, I think I'd rather go after CEH myself, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, just because I think people are completely out on him after seeing what Jerick McKinnon has just been doing in the playoffs, him a little bit less involved. I do think that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is talented. I think Andy Reid wants to use him, so I think he's a good buy low personally. So I'm going to give my vote to CEH. JL, we have our first tiebreaker we need here. Who are you going with?
Man, I'm just looking at the rankings graphs from DLF here on these two players, and it's pretty wild to see their trajectory over time.
Yeah, because right when Clyde Edwards-Helaire got drafted by the Chiefs, he's like, "Oh, I'm a top 10 pick."
Yeah, and
right,
just
exactly.
down
immediately.
Steep decline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with CEH. He feels like the better buy low. I don't, the issue here is that I feel like that price is built in. He is a good buy low, but also he has some uncertainty that could really,
absolutely,
tank. There's a path in which his value gets even lower.
There's one guy here that I think next year could be off people's draft boards, and it's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Absolutely not DJ Moore.
Wouldn't be surprised if he went missing.
Just completely gone. You know what? I'm changing my answer. For that reason, I'm going to go DJ Moore because I feel like DJ Moore, I have much more confidence that he is actually going to turn into a really good fantasy asset.
13
Pair him with put him in a good situation.
Right.
Put him with a really good quarterback, which is not easy to find in the NFL. But if you do,
you could get Allen Robinson.
He has upside to be in not the Justin Jefferson and Ja'Marr Chase tier, but the tier right after that, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easily.
So yep. I don't blame you guys voting DJ Moore through here. We're on to our second round here, and I am first, and we have Calvin Ridley and Christian McCaffrey. This is a really tough one for me, to be honest. Who's the better buy low, Calvin Ridley or Christian McCaffrey?
It's tough.
So I was talking about Christian McCaffrey earlier, and I said I saw a mock draft where I got him in the back end of the second round, right? Right now, Dynasty League Football has him at the back end of the first round. And if that's the case, if I'm going to use that as my basis, I'm going to say that Calvin Ridley's the better buy low. Use that perception of him maybe never playing in the NFL again. I do expect him to play again. What team it's with, I don't know, but that doesn't really matter too much in my mind. I'm going to vote for Calvin Ridley. What do you think, JL?
Yeah. You went Calvin Ridley?
I did.
I think I'm going to go.
Really tough, though.
This is really tough.
Toughest one yet for me.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to go CMC. I'm going to go CMC on this one. I really don't have a strong justification. I don't. Mm-hmm. I think these guys are very similar in that they're potentially second-round talents that have a lot of uncertainty in terms of where their value is going to go moving forward. So I'm going to go.
You just said it, JL. You said potentially second round talents, and one of them's currently being drafted there, and one of them's not.
Oh, Don't you dare turn my own logic on me, Josh. I'm going CMC.
Okay, that's fair. I still think that's fine.
Yeah, like I
CMC
said,
has
I don't have
little
strong
bit more
reasoning
upside.
for this one.
You know, if everything pans out right for both these guys perfectly, I think CMC is scoring more fantasy points. You know?
Yeah.
So what do you think, Sven?
I think I'm going Ridley because of the buy low. That, I mean, I'm trying to read up on anything that's happening, like, and nothing's getting released, or I haven't seen anything, like, so they're saying the Falcons could definitely take a wide receiver at number 8, but before that, they're saying that he's potential, like we were just talking about trading him. So if he goes elsewhere, I mean, maybe a new environment, maybe like, he's got his head on straight, but I think the buy low is what's really getting me, right? Like, I think his value and what we know he can do, it's ridiculous. They're completely different ends of the spectrum. Whereas CMC, you're still going to have to give up a little bit to get him. Whereas Calvin Ridley, I could give a second round, like, you know what I mean? And like, let's say like Ramondre Stevenson or something like that. Hey, sure.
There might be someone out there that's terrified about
exactly. Like, you know what? I don't want this headache. Sure. I'll take the headache. I'll keep him on my roster right now. But I think that just the buy low is Calvin Ridley. And the fact that he has a chance to finish even as the number 1 wide receiver, like, he potentially could. I know that's great. Like, but he has so much talent. So I'm going Ridley.
Not to mention the shelf life for wide receivers typically is longer, just in the NFL. So maybe that adds.
They're both wide receivers. What are you talking about, Josh?
That's not that bad,
right? That is true.
While they could both play the wide receiver position, only one of these guys is getting carries and hit by those linebackers all the time. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah.
The chat was split on this one. 8 votes, 50-50.
Really?
Exactly. 4 and 4. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on to this next one. Get through this. Let's get into those snacks. JL, I think you're first, right?
Great. Saquon Barkley
and DJ Moore.
All right. Yeah. I am going to go with Saquon Barkley on this one. I truly believe in Saquon Barkley's talent. And I think that if the Giants aren't going to improve his immediate situation, they should let him walk next year or whenever he's a free agent. And he'll be in a new system. And I still think that he's one of the most talented players in the NFL. So I'm going to go Saquon Barkley.
All right. 1 vote for Saquon Barkley.
I'm really just trying to think of like whose value, right? Like, and they're both, I feel like they're kind of similar because they're in like not similar situations, but Saquon with his injuries right now, right? New system. I don't think the system's really going to matter because when you have a talent like that, you're going to get him the ball, right? Like that's, at least that's the hope. I mean, that's the theory behind it. But DJ Moore, on the other hand, I mean, I guess what I'm hoping for is actually to get him after this season because I think the Panthers are going to stink again, right? And then his value just goes down so that you can get him for even more of a discount. But then again, it's like, where is he going to go? So it's like, if you look like a genius right now, but it's the same situation with Saquon. He's going to be a free agent after this year too, right? So I'm going DJ Moore because I want Josh to figure it out.
Okay, fair enough. This is really tough for me. I had to check because I was like, didn't I vote against DJ Moore last time? And I did. I voted for Clyde Elaire. I think I'm going to go with DJ Moore, though, this time because I actually just looked at the ADP for Dynasty League football. Saquon Barkley is getting drafted ahead of DJ Moore, and I don't think that's necessarily a problem, but when I look at these guys, they're very similarly valued for me personally, and I'll just take the value and I'll take DJ Moore here, who I think you could probably buy low a little bit more. But there could be some people out there that are completely out on Saquon, and I don't think there's as many people that are completely out on DJ Moore. So if you're able to find the right trade partner, Saquon could be that better buy low, but I'm going to go DJ Moore here.
Saquon only had 4 games last season in double digits.
Hang.
Can I change? Yeah.
He missed 3. But he only had like, so it's like, I'm not saying, but it's like, holy crap. Like they were using him again. It's going to be a completely different team. Like who, but those numbers did not look good.
I just want to share this real quick because I was checking this out while we were voting here. These are the DLF rankings, just comparing these two guys. I thought it was really interesting to see this visually.
Is that Saquon obviously?
Saquon is on the blue. Yeah. And DJ Moore here with the diamond lines. Diamond plots here. And it looks like they're just switching now in these rankings with DJ Moore Fish's head. So I thought that was interesting.
No, it's very
cool. Interesting, actually.
It's awesome. So We got our championship match here, guys. We got our championship match. DJ Moore just moved through. We have Calvin Ridley and DJ Moore. I'll be honest, for some reason, did these guys come out in the same draft class? Maybe that's it. For some reason, I pair these guys. I think they were in the same draft class.
That makes sense.
Because I wanted the Ravens to draft one of these two guys, if I remember correctly, and we ended up taking Hayden Hurst. I think Hayden Hurst.
2018.
Okay. Ouch.
So who's first? I think it's
Is it me?
Yeah.
I'm looking. I don't think Ridley was part of this because he went high, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, he did actually. DJ Moore,
very close.
Hayden Hurst, Calvin
Ridley. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm not that in crazy then.
So again, I'm sticking with it, and I kind of had a feeling that Calvin Ridley might end up winning this. I'm going Calvin Ridley just based on the buy low because we don't know, but again, we know what he can do. Whereas DJ Moore kind of been consistent, and it's also going to base on the situation. I just think that Calvin Ridley is a little bit more talented than DJ Moore, and I can get him probably at more of a discount. Hi, see what I did there?
So you are going to go with Calvin Ridley at that discount, and you're right. Calvin Ridley is a discount according to Dynasty League Football ADP. DJ Moore is the 29th person drafted off the board, while Calvin Ridley is 41st. Having said that, DJ Moore is significantly younger, more than 2 years younger, even though they were in the same draft class. Calvin Ridley came out a little bit older. Now, if this was just the breakdown, exactly where these guys are valued, I might lean DJ Moore, but I'm going to go with Calvin Ridley. I think he deserves to win this because I think you're going to find a lot of dynasty managers out there that are ready to just get off of Calvin Ridley. And I think you can buy low pretty easily. So I'm going to go Ridley. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I'm going to go Calvin Ridley as well. As well.
Knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, his value is just massive.
I'm about to go make some trades now, actually.
I'm about to go target.
There we go.
I'm like, holy crap. I mean, if he doesn't play, so be it. But if he plays,
man,
I mean, yeah, fire him up, man.
Yeah, let's go.
So,
and
guys,
the
according
chat was
to
100%
science,
on the last one.
And so were we. We didn't have that many 100% ones, but we were on that one. According to science, Calvin Ridley is the best dynasty buy low right now. Go out and get Calvin Ridley, all right? Because I think we all expect him to play at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
All right, so that is going to wrap up our dynasty buy lows bracket. We are going to move on to our next bracket, and let me pull this up. Make sure I can find it real fast, you know what I'm saying?
Jay Wall saying Ridley.
Just real fast, you guys would take DJ Moore over Calvin Ridley right now, though, right?
Yeah.
Right now, yes. If I'm doing drafting, yeah.
I'm just making sure.
But if news comes out right now that Calvin Ridley is going to start for the Falcons, yeah, I'm probably going to take Ridley over.
Would it switch it up for you? That's interesting.
Yes, I think it would.
They would be probably neck and neck for me if that were the case.
Just because, I mean, Matt Ryan, yeah, okay, he still has a little bit in the tank. I'd rather have an old Matt Ryan than, as much as I loved Sam Darnold at the beginning of the season last year, I'd rather have an old Matt Ryan over Sam Darnold than
send Calvin Ridley to the Chargers.
Is Cam Newton gonna freaking? Oh wow,
that would be
my
so
god. He'd be. I feel like I would rank him as my number one wide receiver.
That would be ridiculous.
On the Chargers,
yeah. If he went to the Chargers,
honestly,
Mike Williams, Keenan Allen on the edges.
I feel like Calvin Ridley is another guy that's kind of similar to Keenan Allen in my mind. I feel like they do a lot of stuff similar. They're really good route runners. I feel like, there's a lot of good spots. I would love Calvin Ridley. I don't know what I'm talking about. Calvin Ridley in the Chargers would be sick.
Yeah, like Mr. Scamper said, that just got me thinking,
Yeah. And then Jay said Ridley to the Ravens. While I love it as a Ravens fan,
that would not be good for him.
That'd be not good at all.
For his dynasty value, or his value just period. Even though
he's saying, what's the chance Ridley quits football? I think lower.
There's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance. Of course. I mean, he already has currently. I mean, it's just stepped away, but for however long that is,
I'll say 18%, which is significant.
Right? I don't know. I'm 50-50. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Really? So you're pretty high. You could really see it happening.
I could see it happening. I really could, because it's such a thing these days. You know what I mean? And it's I mean, it never goes away, like it's always there. Like he's always going to have, I'm saying issues, but it's always going to be something in his brain. So.
Gotcha. Guys, I want to get to this bracket. Let's bang some of these out. Yeah, I said bang them out. People don't like when I say that, but we're gonna go back around the turn. We're gonna start with Sven here, and we have a bracket of Super Bowl snacks. I gotta prelude this real fast and tell you guys, JL's a vegetarian, so he's probably gonna ruin this bracket completely. Annihilate this bracket.
I'm gonna ruin the hell out of it.
I'm gonna just beg you one more time, like I have in the past. Please, I know you've eaten a lot of the stuff. Just
an open mind.
Remember, JL. Remember how delicious the stuff was. Remember. All right.
I will remember when it suits my needs.
Okay, fair enough.
These could be cauliflower wings for me.
Oh, yes, I love cauliflower wings.
I
do love cauliflower wings.
I think cauliflower wings fall into this category.
Oh, I will absolutely be taking that into account.
So we have a number 1 seed wings versus number 16 seed deviled eggs.
Gotta be wings.
Wings,
I like deviled eggs. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm from New York, and it wasn't really a thing that like I went to parties, and then I came to Texas. Every single gathering and party, there were deviled eggs, and I was like, "This got to be a Southern thing, right?" So wings.
It might be kind of a Southern thing. It's definitely popular here in Maryland.
Very popular in Texas. Very popular in Texas.
But they're not my style whatsoever. And
it's got to be bone-in wings. Bone-in wings, deep fried.
Give me any wing out there, and I'll eat it over deviled eggs. So
cauliflower wings.
I did win a award at my school in my class once for wearing a deviled egg costume. It was just a hard-boiled egg with devil horns and a devil tail.
Do you have pictures of this?
I was like 12 years old.
Bust out the Polaroid.
So, JL, what do you think?
Yeah, it's clearly cauliflower wings in this one. Come on.
All right.
Deviled eggs are disgusting. I can't get behind
disgusting.
Them. I think they're disgusting. I can't get behind them.
But
if they're made good, I don't mind them, but I'd rather have wings.
Yeah. All right. So wings won that one significantly. Not even a question. The next one we have here is potato chips and chili. Potato chips and chili. And I'm voting here first. Man, this is really tough because it's nice munching on those potato chips while you're watching a football game, right? But at the same time, you make some good chili. Oh, man. I see both of those sitting on the table. I'm going towards the chili first. Chili for me. What do you think, Jo?
Yeah, I don't see why you can't throw your potato chips into your chili.
Ew, right? Like chili on top of the chips, and just
eat either way. Either way, it's a good combo.
Are you voting for potato chips?
No, I'm voting for chili.
All right, fair enough.
Well,
they got some good vegetarian chilies out there.
The fact that chili's moving on, I'm voting for potato chips.
Okay.
I am a foodie, and I'll mention that before this end of the show that there could be a said cooking show coming soon.
Oh, very cool.
But I make my own homemade potato chips. So if it's homemade potato chips, all day.
Okay. I still love me some chili, so it'd be tough, but I'm glad you gave potato chips a vote because it deserves a vote.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're moving on to the next one. We have pizza and crab dip. JL, you're the first one to vote here.
Oh, man. I don't eat crab dip anymore. As a Marylander, that might seem like blasphemy. Yes, but man, I did used to love me some crab dip. I'm going to go pizza here, though, because pizza never lets you down. Pizza's always there for you. Pizza's got your back.
Pizza never lets you down. What do you think, Sven?
It's crab dip. And it's got to be fresh crab. Like it's got to be the blue crab. Like if it's that imitation crab, like get out of here. But it's got to be the crab dip for me.
This is two Maryland boys.
I know.
We never even heard of the imitation stuff.
What do you mean imitation crab?
I was just there in November actually for a.
It's not even a question here.
For a wedding on Kent Island, I guess. I was on Kent Island.
I went to a wedding on Kent Island as well.
Yeah, I was just there in November.
Were we at the same wedding, Sven?
Yeah, I would have been like, "Holy shit, JL, what's up, man?" But I was like, "Shit, man! I ate crab every single day I was there. I had to get it no matter what. So it's got to be crab dip for me. And I'm from New York too, so pizza. But I got to go to crab dip.
Yeah, New York pizza is so good.
It's really tough not to vote for pizza here. It's freaking pizza, guys.
You can put crab dip on your pizza. I'm just gonna mention that for every single matchup here, that you can just combine them for something delicious.
I don't know what to do. Pizza deserves to move on. I'm a Maryland guy. I love my crab dip, but pizza deserves to move on. I'm a realist. I'm a realist, and I'm not going to get emotional about this.
So if the governor of Maryland was watching this, they would kick you out of this.
Good,
Larry. Larry.
Yeah, screw you, Larry.
Pizza is like Taysom Hill. So many ways to use it. Absolutely. J-Wall going with crab dip though. This is so East Coast. But look, Mr. Scampers, we did it for you. Pizza. We got pizza through. Crab dip is delicious, but pizza is not close. All right,
never let you down.
Sven, you're first here. Meatballs or sliders?
Being an Italian from New York, I'm going meatballs, and I think that's all I need to say.
That is absolutely all you need to say. I am very tempted to go meatballs. My mom makes this sliders, meatball dish, like for football games. Dude, I'm
actually going to make those because I'm having a little Super Bowl gathering, and I'm going to smoke my meatballs in the smoker.
I'm going to go sliders. It's
private information, sir.
It sucks. Nice. I think this is closer than the seating suggests, but I'm going to go sliders. What do you think, Jay?
All right.
Oh, man. They have plant-based versions of both of these. I'm going to go with meatballs.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. I did not.
Shout out to my moo.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
My grandma.
But does this change anything? Meatballs are messy.
No, it doesn't change a thing.
They're not really necessarily great with the hands, but you have a nice plastic fork.
Oh, that's why a nice sub roll. You throw those.
That's why God invented napkins. Come on.
Yeah.
Meatballs, some good meatballs. Honestly, I'm glad meatballs moved on because they can be awesome if you make them well. All right, let's move on because I want to get through this. Next one, buffalo chicken dip versus potato skins. These are my two favorite things, just period. But buffalo chicken dip has a very, very, very soft spot in my heart. No doubt in my mind. I'm going buffalo chicken dip. I just ate buffalo chicken dip this past weekend and burnt the hell out of my tongue. It is still burnt right now.
Rookie mistake.
From the heat or from being hot from cooking?
There's
a difference. There's a difference.
It was so hot. No, not spicy hot. Not spicy hot. Okay. Hot cooking.
Nice.
Temperature hot.
Nice.
JL, what do you think?
Man, I used to love buffalo chicken dip before I was vegetarian, but I can't eat that anymore. And they don't really make a vegetarian version of that. Potato skins, on the other hand, you just ask for no bacon and you're good to go. No bacon, and those things are delicious. I'm going potato skins here. They're the perfect Super Bowl snack.
Fair enough. Sven?
I'm breaking the tie with buffalo chicken dip. I got to go buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't want to sway your opinion, but I saw Scott Fishing in chat.
I saw that too.
This one. Buffalo chicken dip wins the bracket. This should only be a bracket for second place now. Jay Wall, buffalo chicken dip is the winner of this whole bracket. And Jay, buffalo chicken dip.
I'm surprised but then I saw the number 2 seed and I'm like, all right, I could see that.
If they make that, Mr. Scampers, oh God, I would clean it up. Give
it a shot, JL. Cut up some cauliflower. You know what I mean? Maybe
I don't
deep
know
fry
how to
it a little bit,
but I will try.
I would try.
Again, maybe there's a show that's coming out where we could teach each other. You know what I mean? Like you could.
What are you talking about here, Sven? Can you mention it now?
Get some vegetarians.
Follow me. So follow me on Instagram. It's. I mean, you can't see it right now. It's kind of small.
You know what? Hold on.
There you go.
Yeah. There we go.
Sven cooks food. I have a new cooking show that's going to be airing hopefully next week, and it's awesome that you guys talked about Super Bowl dishes today because. What I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to just do it with the people from the network first and then, promote it out. But everybody, essentially it's everyone. We're all going to be cooking in our kitchens on live stream, shooting the shit, having drinks, talking Super Bowl. And the first episode is going to be Super Bowl dishes. Make your favorite Super Bowl dish.
Damn, that's lit.
So you think you cook, huh, Sven?
Yeah. Oh, I can.
You think you can?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Follow me on it, dude. I'm telling you, check out my Instagram. I've literally been posting
and
pictures.
Gordon Ramsay on a fantasy fortune game.
That's actually awesome. That is so cool, Sven.
I want Gordon Ramsay to yell at me so bad. Like I want him to tell me I'm worthless. Like just tell me I'm terrible at cooking. He's on my list. Like he's number one.
And then what if he's just like, this is delicious.
Right?
This is bloody delicious.
You're lying to me.
All right. So, JL, you're first to vote on this one, and I might have an idea where you're going here. Veggie platter versus pigs in a blanket. What do you think, JL?
Look, I know exactly who wrote this freaking poll because of the name. And he gets on his high horse, Simon, about pigs in blankets. They're not pigs in a blanket. He's like, they all have their own blanket, so it's pigs in blankets.
Pigs in blankets.
Yeah,
pigs in a blanket.
That's his protests.
Yes, I remember that.
His fight to the man. It's veggie platter for me. Screw pigs in blankets. Veggie platters are so good. They're so refreshing. I love them. Oh man, You get a good veggie platter. Let's go.
I agree with that. I think a veggie platter makes. I mean, it's solid, but I'm going pigs in blanket.
It's fair.
No, listen up, guys. I'm not a huge pigs in the blanket fan. I'd rather eat a veggie platter. Believe it or not.
Let's go.
Like a veggie platter is moving forward. I bet you are pretty surprised about that, JL.
Yes,
I'm a man enough to admit I'd rather eat a veggie platter than pigs in a blanket. But
even if you're not a vegetarian, like they're so refreshing. They're so I feel like they're a staple at every Super Bowl celebration. You have to have a veggie platter, no matter what. Even if nobody eats it, you got to have it.
It looks like Jay's going to be a little bit upset about this. Pigs in a blanket are delicious. I don't care what JL says. So, Sven, we're coming to you with the first on this one. Jalapeno poppers versus soft pretzels.
Soft pretzels.
Oh, that's an easy one for him.
Because I make my own homemade pretzels.
Oh, that's so delicious. But I've
never had a soft pretzel at a Super Bowl celebration. Is that weird?
I'm going to go with jalapeno
No, I agree with you. I never have. I've had jalapeno poppers, but I just know how amazing soft pretzels are. Like homemade pretzel, there's nothing better with like a sweet beer cheese dip or something. Like, oh, woo.
I'm gonna go with jalapeno poppers myself. I'm a sucker for spicy, and I love jalapenos. They can be overwhelming, but done well, jalapeno poppers. I think this sums up perfectly. Jalapeno popper, spicy and feisty. Let's go.
Spicy and feisty.
And Jay is very disappointed in me. JL though. Wrap it up. Which one would you rather have?
All right. I'm a sucker for spicy too, Josh. I'm just like you, but I'm not a big fan of the like cream cheese in the middle jalapeno poppers.
Yeah.
It's just not really my jam.
I like lighter cream cheese. I don't like a ton of cream cheese in my jalapeno poppers.
It's kind of like
a good homemade soft pretzel. I don't know if I've ever had one at a Super Bowl.
I don't associate it with Super Bowl at all, but I would.
I'm sure it's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I love soft pretzel.
There is a dank soft pretzel place like 2 blocks from my house. It is so good. It's only open at like on whenever like the drinking hours are. It's like late night. And
perfect timing.
Make some dank pretzels.
A pretzel when you're a little intoxicated.
Oh, perfect stop. Yeah.
We just push
he loves Rosie. Right, Rosie pulls us to his like storefront because she gets treats whenever she's there. I shouldn't have even said that out loud.
Well, Sven, I know you have a time crunch a little bit, so I'm gonna keep trying to push through here.
No worries.
No, it's all good. So cheese ball and nachos. I think it's you first here.
Nachos.
Right,
I mean, it's
nachos.
Gotta be, it's got to be nachos. I mean, that's a staple.
And like, I can't argue with you in the slightest. I'm not even.
You could do veggie.
What a cheese ball is
nachos, JL, right? Like you. Could
do
like it's just.
Oh yeah.
So versatile.
You ever make your own tortillas, Sven?
I never have actually. I never have.
A long time ago.
You have?
But a long time ago, yeah.
I really would
like home ec or something.
To. Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What do you think, JL?
All right, it's nachos for me. I don't even know what a cheese ball is, to be honest.
I'm not 100% sure either. But that's gonna wrap.
Are those like the cheese balls, like the you know what I'm talking about? Like people have those big bins of like cheese.
Yep. Guess how many? How many are in here?
Yeah. What are those called? Cheese puffs.
Cheese balls.
Cheese puffs.
Cheese balls. Yeah. Cheese
balls.
Poofs. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did this past weekend with beer cans. We took all our beer can tops and put them in a cup, and we guessed how many.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Yeah, it was cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. I think I am first, and we have wings and chili. Oh no, I am definitely going wings though. Wings. I love wings.
Yeah, Josh, I think you were the one that mentioned the cauliflower wings, and that just changed the game in my mind. Wings is going forward. Let's go.
I don't think it was me.
I hadn't even thought about it. I hadn't really even thought about it. To be honest.
Wings for you, Sven?
Make it 3. Yeah.
All right. We're going to just keep pushing through. Oh, buddy, JL. We have pizza and meatballs. What you going with?
Pizza, baby. Give me pizza.
Pizza, baby.
I'm going meatballs.
Meatballs on your pizza. I was
about to say, an Italian from New York. He's going meatballs. I'm sorry, Sven. We have to get meatballs out of here, though.
Let's go, pizza.
I got to go with pizza there.
Pizza bros.
I mean, I'm not upset about it.
The next matchup is tough. Wings versus pizza.
Uh-oh.
This matchup's really tough, Sven. Buffalo chicken dip or a veggie platter?
I mean, buffalo chicken dip.
I'm sorry, JL. Just like I guess you're gonna vote for the veggie platter, but
yeah, I'm gonna throw a nod towards the veggie platter.
You could take said veggie and dip it in your buffalo chicken.
You could,
and that is awesome. At some
if there was a buffalo cauliflower dip,
nope.
Sign me up.
I'm gonna make one of those, JL, and I'll let you know how it turns out.
Please
get the veggie platter out of here. This is actually tougher than I would have originally thought. Just thinking about this, but nachos and soft pretzels. It's JL first.
No, it's Sven first.
Sven first.
Soft pretzels.
Oh, it's actually, I think it was me first, maybe, but it doesn't matter. Soft pretzels for Sven. It's going to be nachos for me. JL.
Nachos for me. Let's go.
Oh, nachos.
I make my own nachos. Maria and I do. And so good.
Sven just has this personal connection with his own soft pretzels. He knows.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Oh my God. First time I made them, I was like, shit, these are good.
Guys, not many upsets. We have the 1, 2, 3, and 5 seeds here. The 1, 2, 3, and 5 seeds. Unfortunately, Sliders got knocked up on Meatballs in the first round.
Yeah.
All right, and I think it's going to be me voting first here, and it's wings versus pizza, and this is incredibly tough for me. I'm thinking about me sitting there, on Super Bowl Sunday, what would I rather stuff in my face? And honestly, it's going to be pizza. I love eating wings. I'm just sitting there. I don't want to get my hands all messy. That's literally the determining factor for me in this vote. And I can't envision JL voting for wings. We'll see.
I almost want to go for wings just to screw you up, Josh, just to throw you off. But I'm going to go pizza here because I feel like pizza is a staple at every Super Bowl celebration. I'm sorry.
Sven, are you going with wings?
I gotta
go. Are you upset about it?
It's a classic. Football and wings. It's like,
you know what? Screw it. I want wings.
Oh,
I'm not worrying about my fingers anymore. I was literally they're so even in my book, but I don't want to get my fingers all dirty. But screw it. I'd rather eat the wings. I'm eating the wings.
That's why moist towelettes were invented.
Exactly.
What happened?
I'm going with wings. You're right. It's Super Bowl snacks, wings.
All right, it's me this time. I'm going nachos for this one.
Nachos. Sven,
I know it's going to be a
buffalo
loser,
chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip. Oh, and I am going with buffalo chicken dip as well.
No.
It deserves to be here. It's moving on. It's so good. And we have our championship matchup, guys. Wings versus
They're the
buffalo
same thing
chicken
in different
dip.
form. One has cheese.
Chicken on top of chicken all day, Sven. You're up first.
I gotta go wings. I gotta go wings, man.
I gotta go.
They're the number one seed for them.
I gotta go buffalo chicken dip. JL.
Cauliflower wings, baby. Let's go.
Cauliflower wings. So wings are gonna take the lead. Wings.
But those two are clearly the two.
Yes.
And and nachos and it was. There's really no like you said, crazy upsets, right?
No, the 1 and 3 seed end up winning. I think you're going to see a lot of college brackets go down like this in March.
Oh, yeah.
But we have determined by science that the best buy low in Dynasty is Calvin Ridley, and the best Super Bowl snack is wings. Let's go, Sven. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes,
I had a great time today.
This was a blast.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to find more time during work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I bracketed off on my calendar, and I was like, I'm not doing shit. I was like, I'm taking my lunch at 2:00, guys. Later.
All right. If you're not already, make sure you go follow Sven at Fantasy Sven on Twitter and Sven Cooks Food on Instagram. He's a contributor for 32-Bit. And as always, Josh and I and Simon usually are here every single weekday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, playing games with y'all, talking fantasy football. So make sure you like this video and hit subscribe. Super easy way to support us. We'll be back tomorrow playing some more games. Anything you want to say, Josh?
Creating makes fantasy fun.
All right, there it is. We will see you tomorrow. We love you.
Love you all.